What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Now, today is Saturday, and that means today is another episode of Saturday Tournament. Now, if you don't know, Saturday Tournament is where I do an introduction of the deck, and then we play 3 rounds of the deck to showcase it off, and hopefully everybody understands it. Now, usually these decks are very streamlined tournament decks that you see pretty much everywhere else. So this time around, we're playing a Vespiquen Night March deck, and this is always going to be standard for now because states are coming up, and states are going to be standard, so you don't have to worry about expanding. No lasers, no colors, no no Verbank. So we're going to practice standard a lot on these Saturday tournaments and hopefully find the best deck to use for a Saturday tournament. And like I said, these are going to be a lot of repetitive decks that we've seen before. Like we've seen Night March, we've seen Evital. All those decks we'll see again, like some probably like Manetric Bats or something. We'll see those decks being played in Saturday tournament just to show them updated for Breakpoint, just so you make sure you're all, you're ready to go for those states championships, so you're ready to go. And this time around, like I said, we're playing a Night March Vespiquen deck. Now, down below in the description, there'll be a link to World Renowned Heretics video. We actually played a match at St. Louis Regionals. He played a Trevenant Break deck, the new Trevenant, and he paired it with the Trevenant from XY, making it where you can't play item cards. And I played a Night March. It's not the same list. It's a different list. It was Trader Wolf's list, his Night March Vespiquen list, and you can see it in action. It's me versus Heretic. We'll see, go see those games if you want to see some real life game of us two playing. If you like Heretic, go check out his channel. If you never heard about him, go check him out as well. He's a great guy. I do like him a lot, so make sure you check his content out. But let's go over the deck, and I'll show you how it goes. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know how Night March works, especially with straight Night March is pretty consistent. We've seen it a lot, but we really haven't seen it paired with Vespiquen that much, and hopefully I'll do my best to explain it. So, like I said, our main attacker is going to be Night March. Night March does 20 damage times their Pokemon in your discard pile that have the Night March attack. So once you have 9 in the discard pile, you can easily just one-shot Pokemon over and over again. Now, those 9 Pokemon are usually going to be Lampent, Joltik, and maybe one Pumpkaboo. If you can pull this combo off, like I said, you can do 180 and take knockouts over and over again, which is pretty cool. I do like this concept a lot. Now, the deck also, you have Joltik as 9 March attack, which you really don't want to attack with because Joltik has 30 HP. It can be knocked out by Crobats. And speaking of Crobat decks, if you are playing against a Crobat deck, regarding if it's Manetric or anything like that, you kind of want to attack with Vespiquen, because Vespiquen has 90 HP. Pumpkaboo has 60, Joltik has 30, so they can easily get knocked out by bats and then overrun, so that can knock him out pretty easily. But luckily, Vespiquen has 90 HP, so it's a little bit harder to knock it out. And it still has kind of the attack like Night March. Be Ridge does 20, then does 10 more damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile. So you kind of see how they synergize. You have the Night Marchers, which just feed off Night March, while Vespiquen feeds off of all your Pokemon in your discard pile. So you have, 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. If you discard all these Pokemon, you can, do knockouts, do some huge damage with this Beaver's attack. And, you can also discard Kobe's and Vespiquen as well. We play 3 Shaman to help set up draw. You have 6 cards in your hand. And we also play 1 Drachi. Now, the Drachi, it's for mostly for Giratina, but you can use it for other Night March decks if they only play DCEs. I'm not 100% sure how this works, especially if what you have to do is you have 2 options if you're playing against Giratina. You're either going to license that Giratina and knock it out, or you can use Stardust to bump that energy, but then they can use their enhanced hammer or something. So I'm not 100% sure if Drachi is the best answer to Giratina. It's in there right now, and like I said, you can use it against other matchups that play special energy, so it's pretty cool. I do like Drachi a lot. And then Unknown for Pharaoh Leonard, if you discard it, draw a card from your deck. It's just, help fading the Vespiquen for sure. So you have Shaman and Unknown. You have 7 draw Pokemon in your deck, which is amazing. So this is all your Pokemon you can play. I'm trying to think there's anything else. I don't think there is. So this is all the Pokemon you're going to play in your deck. Counts can vary. You can play more Vespiquens. Maybe no Jirachi. Maybe less Unknowns. But I do like the deck I have right now. For Battle Compressor, you go to search your deck for 3 cards and discard them. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Now, of course, your first Battle Compressor, you can discard 2 Lampets and a supporter card if you have VSC in your hand. Or if you already have a supporter card, you can just discard 3 Lampets. Lampets are pretty much useless. They're a stage 1 Pokemon. You can't put it. They can never be in play. They'll just always be in your discard pile or your deck, or in your hand. You can never do anything with these Lampets except just discard them. So usually first Battle Compressor, you discard Limpets, and the next time around you probably discarded Joltix. Like I said, you really don't want these guys on your field because they're easily knocked out. 30 HP is nothing, it's nothing special. Now the deck also plays for Puzzle of Time. Now this card is great. In Night March, there was Night March of Milotic, Night March Bronzong, and in all those decks, you had ways to, manipulate or reuse your energies by using Bronzong to accelerate, or Milotic to get back your DCEs, but Puzzle Time does this, and it's a traded card instead of ability. If you play two of these cards, put two cards from your discard pile into your hand. Now, this is any two cards. Like I said, it could be a DCE, it could be a supporter card, DCE, it could be some item card, and a Pokemon. It does a lot of stuff that you used to play Bunny Man Rescue, Super Rod, Milotic, Bronzong, but Puzzle Time fixed this, and it's really, really cool. Now, the reason why I have it in this deck is because you can thin your deck out by using a Battle Compressor and making it where you can draw into these pretty easily. If you use the compressor, like I said, you can thin out your deck pretty easily, making it where you can draw into this Puzzle Times more frequently. Put the two combo of the two in your hand, which is great. And this is why I like it in the deck, because you can easily hit the two in your hand because you're thinning your deck out. One Megaphone, discard all tool cards attached to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Now, this is a really, really good card. A really scary card at Breakpoint is Bursting Balloon. Bursting Balloon says if you attack it, you do 60 damage to the active Pokemon. It's like Rock Guard, but it's a tool. But if you don't attack it, Bursting Balloon gets discarded at the end of your turn. So that's, one of the good things about Bursting Balloon, it does get discarded if you don't attack it. But if you look, Pokemon has 60 HP and Joltik has 30 HP. So if you ever attack a Bursting Balloon, they're just going to knock out your Pokemon or your Joltik. So you'll have to Megaphone that tool away. And then also, there's decks that play like other tools, maybe Garbodor. If there's Focus Ashes, you can get rid of those. And you can get it back in Puzzle Time, which is great. 3 Trainer Spell. I want a 4th one, but I couldn't find space for it for right now. Maybe I'll change it later on. But Trainer Spell, you're going to help. If you have one Puzzle Time, you could, Trainer Spell, get the 4th one. And speaking of Puzzle Time, you can also use this to manipulate the top 3 cards of your deck, because you have the first one. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put them in any order. And you can do this and then use Unknown to draw into that one card you need, which is a really, really cool combo that you can do. I think I forget sometimes in the video, which I'm pretty sure people call me out on it. But if you ever have like one Puzzle Time in your hand, a Sycamore, and an Unknown in your bench, and you really need a card, you can, play a Puzzle Time, rearrange top 3, Unknown, get the card, and then Sycamore, or if you don't have Sycamore, you can just Unknown to draw into a Sycamore if need be. For Ultra Ball, discard 2 cards from your hand, get any Pokemon, Shaman, Unknown. If you need a Vespiquen, Attacker, you can get those out. For VS Secret to reuse supporter cards, you play 1 Judge. Each player shuffles their hand into deck and draw 4 cards. Now, this is good turn 1. Like I said, you're going to thin your deck out pretty easily, and then you can judge your opponent down to 4, maybe make it where they can't, maybe, disrupt them just a little bit, because they're starting with 6, now they're going down to 5, if they only put 1 Pokemon down, which, might be kind of annoying. I mean, it's, either way, Judge is good, because you don't want to discard some cards, like you don't want to discard your DCEs, you don't want to discard, your time puzzles. You want to save those, so Judge actually does help that out. 1 Life Center, bring a Pokemon on the bench. 4 Sycamore. 3 Dimension Valley. Each Psychic Pokemon's attacks cost 1 less, and this makes for Pokemon, only needs 2 energies for Night March, which is why you play just the DCEs instead of just energies, or like basic energies. 1 Floodstone. And this is great for turn 1. Let's say you start with a Jirachi or a Combi. So turn 1, you can attack if you're going second, because there's a Pokemon in your active spot that can't retreat unless you put an energy on it. But luckily you have the Floodstone, you can attach that to the active, then retreat to a Pokemon and take a knockout turn 1, which is pretty much amazing. And that's the deck. Now, there's a lot of other cards you could play. You can play your teammates. If your Pokemon's knocked out, you can search for your deck for 82 cards. There is Revive, there's Bunny Rescue. There's a lot of different things that you can play in this deck, and this is what I'm playing right now. It's probably it's not perfect, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, there's a bunch of stuff that you could play as well. You could play basic energies as well, so that way you can attack with Jirachi if you do play against a Giratina deck. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's a good deck. We saw it dominate pretty much all of standard cities, Night March is, I think, the number 1 deck, or even Zorg was the number 1 deck. I'm not sure, but either one of those are great plays 4 cities. And like I said, this is not perfect. You can change stuff around. You can cut the Jirachi, you can cut some unknowns, maybe put some teammates in there. Maybe put a Zerosic in there if you want to as well. Maybe it's like a Megaphone. I don't know. Just play around with it. It's a really, really good deck. Night March is always consistent. It's really, you're going to thin your deck out pretty easily, then hit the cards you want to hit. And the only bad thing, like I said, is they have low HP. But it's a really strong deck. It performed well at cities. It's going to perform well at states as well. And now puzzle time to get back your DCEs. It's better than my loaded because you get 82 back. And it's really, really cool. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. And in the next video, you'll see round 1 of the Saturday tournament. Hopefully you enjoy these videos. Let me know down below if you go watch Heretic's video. Like I said, go check out Heretic's video if you want to see us play a real game. It's actually in real life, like we play at St. Louis, and like I said, it's a Trevenant Break versus Night March, and I think it's a long video, but it's definitely funny to watch. I would hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty, bye.